Yeah, it's lovely to win medals, but it's not about the medals. It's about the values that you learn through that pursuit of excellence and when you're playing the sport.
You don't have to look far to find pro athletes making political statements these days.
You know, this country stands for freedom, liberty, justice for all. And it's not happening for all right now.
A unified statement from the Clipper players wearing their warm-up shirts inside out.
50 people were chanting some insults, racist insults, and I decided to not play anymore. Don't be quiet anymore, because when we're united, no one can stop us.
NFL players taking a knee during the national anthem. NBA players refusing to visit the White House.
We won't stand for it, and by acting and not going, hopefully that will inspire some change when it comes to what we tolerate in this country.
But has it gone too far? What I mean to ask is, should athletes stop with all the politics and just concentrate on playing the game itself? Of course, this isn't a new thing. There are lots of examples in history of athletes becoming activists. In the Olympics in 1968, 2 African-American athletes made history when they raised their fists during the medal ceremony to protest inequality. There are examples in Canadian history too.
I think that if Canada supported the African nations who are presently boycotting, who sought support from other Commonwealth countries, I think that the politically sensitive IOC would change its mind and tell South Africa that the Olympics is no place for token integration.
I'm Arjun Ram. Today, I'm going to speak to a few people who know a bit about athletes and politics and see what they think. Could you please tell me your name and what do you do?
My name is Bruce Kidd. I've been involved in sport all my life, as an athlete, as a coach, as a writer, as an organizer, and I've studied politics and participated in it too.
I understand you got political in the 1970s Olympics. What did you do?
The Olympics coming to Canada was a big deal. Canadian athletes were not very well supported. Many athletes were starving. They were on welfare. A lot of things that should not have happened. So along with several of my teammates, we began to raise awareness, and we started making our demands. We said, if our demands for greater financial support are not met, we'll boycott these games. Raising those demands while there was a few weeks of tension and tremendous anger, it had a good outcome in the end.
What are the benefits of athletes giving their opinions?
If you don't have athletes' opinions in the discussion, you're missing a big part of the story.
What do you think are the risks of athletes giving their opinion?
I think the individual athletes are vulnerable to reprisal or punishment if the people they're speaking out against have power over them.
People say that sports is an escape from daily life. Why should they care about some athlete giving an opinion on some political or social affair?
Well, they don't have to care about that athlete's political opinion, but they have to respect it. The athletes have a legitimate role to play in the political democratic process.
I love sports, football, soccer, and basketball to name a few. And when I do watch sports, I rather discuss Kawhi Leonard's monstrous defense or Khalil Mack's sacks per game. But I often wonder why an athlete would even think of taking such a risk to stand up for something they believe in.
Anastasia Bousas on the right.
Sport really is a reflection of society, and sometimes it's a magnifying glass. So, you know, with the Olympic Games, you have all of these athletes, all of the world coming together, and it makes it more than just sport. It's really a platform for social change.
Why would athletes take that risk of expressing their opinion? You know, they're risking their career as an athlete, something that they wanted to do for their whole life.
It is a very personal decision, to be honest, because I have a lot of friends, figure skaters, hockey players, speed skaters, every kind of athlete that you can name, that in certain issues they have kept quiet because they thought, you know what, I'm not going to go there, I'm just going to go play my sport. For me, I know that I would regret for the rest of my life if I was not true to myself and didn't use my voice to hopefully help other people, help move that needle of social change.
Do you have an experience with this?
When I was preparing for 2014, the Olympics in Russia, unfortunately, Russia has some really anti-LGBTQ laws, and I knew in my heart that it was my duty to really stick up for what I believed. And I just thought to myself, I have the opportunity to really help people by coming forward and saying, this is who I am. I am a gay athlete, and it's okay to be that, and I can be successful, and if you are lonely and struggling, then you aren't alone.
There are many opinions on whether athletes should be allowed to voice their political opinions.
Get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out.
I think there's a lot of consequences that come along with this. What is this country really standing for?
If you're out there for the national anthem, you're standing. If you don't want to stand, you stay in the locker room.
I knew that my voice and my platform had to be used for more than just sports.
What do you think? Get in touch with us and share your point of view. Email us at cbckidsnews@cbc.ca. For CBC Kids News, I'm Arjun Ram.